Today, while I was out for a walk, I found myself drawn to a house at the very end of my street, right in the same row of houses where I live. It is not big or flashy, and it does not look especially luxurious. But from my experience, over the long run, this is the kind of house that tends to attract good fortune. The people who live there are likely to enjoy strong health, even more so than those living in the large, impressive-looking houses along the street. I noticed that every morning, the front door is open for a while to let the air circulate. Everything inside the house is neatly arranged and in its proper place. The living room is always filled with light. The kitchen seems to have a steady warmth to it, as if it is regularly used and cared for. Many people might look at that and simply think the homeowner is tidy and hardworking. But in reality, this type of house has something far more important. Its internal energy is well preserved. The house knows how to receive energy from outside, how to refresh that energy each day, and how to retain the clean, nourishing energy within. Because of that, the health and harmony of the people living there are more likely to be supported over the long term. In fact, we can all preserve internal energy through practical, simple actions that anyone can do. I invite you to follow along in this video. A house is considered good in Feng Shui when it contains strong, stable internal energy that flows in a steady rhythm. You can think of internal energy as the life force accumulated within a space. It creates a sense of peace and stability for the people living there, and it also acts like a cushion, helping the house remain steady in the face of changes from the outside world. If the internal energy is weak or constantly scattered, the house can easily fall into a state of stagnation and blockage. When that happens, daily life often becomes filled with small but persistent troubles. Money may drain away because of unexpected expenses. Health can decline due to lingering issues. Family members may argue over minor things. All of this happens because the underlying energy of the space is no longer strong enough to support the natural rhythm of everyday life. In ancient philosophy and traditional medicine, energy is considered the root of life. In order for a person to stay healthy, they must replenish energy through eating and breathing. When a person's energy declines, the body becomes tired, the voice loses clarity, and the spirit easily sinks. From that perspective, Feng Shui uses a very relatable comparison. A house is like a living body. If it wants to be healthy, it must know how to receive vital energy from its surroundings and transform it into internal energy that nourishes the inside. Simply put, a house needs the ability to receive, and it also needs the ability to retain. In Feng Shui, internal energy is often described through two opposing aspects. The first is life energy, also called yang energy. This is bright, uplifting energy that helps things move forward. It is usually connected with balanced natural light, gentle breezes, clean air, tidiness, and pleasant sounds. The second is stagnant energy, also known as yin energy. This is heavy, still, and damp. It tends to gather in long neglected dark corners, poorly ventilated areas, dusty spaces, and places with unpleasant odors. Managing internal energy is not about making your house constantly dazzling and bright. It is about increasing life energy while reducing or transforming stagnant energy so the space maintains a steady sense of vitality. What is interesting is that internal energy is shaped not only by building materials or layout, but also by the homeowner's habits. People who live neatly, moderately, and with a healthy sense of privacy often help their homes store internal energy more easily. There is less disruption, less loss, and a more stable daily rhythm. On the other hand, a house that is too open, with many doors, long direct pathways, and very few buffering areas, may feel spacious, but without proper shielding, energy flows in and quickly flows out, making it hard to gather strength inside. An ideal home knows how to balance both movement and retention. It allows fresh energy to circulate while also preserving what is good. Think of it like a bowl with a lid. You open it at the right time to receive new life energy and close it properly to keep the essence inside. When that balance is achieved, the home supports health, harmony, and long-term prosperity. Light and ventilation are the two most important factors in maintaining yang energy indoors. Traditionally, light is believed to push away yin energy the fastest. A dark home can feel stuffy over time, which easily leads to irritation and low spirits, and from there, daily matters often start to go wrong. When arranging your home, prioritize natural light as much as possible. Use windows wisely, Consider a skylight if conditions allow, and avoid blocking sunlight unnecessarily. For areas that do not receive direct sun, adding lighting is essential. In Feng Shui practice, round lights are often preferred because they symbolize fullness and continuity. Warm yellow or soft orange lighting is also recommended, as it creates a cozy atmosphere that helps people feel secure and energized. On occasions such as a full moon, you can keep the lights on throughout most of the day. This is considered a simple way to brighten the space, reduce heavy accumulated energy, and boost life energy. The main entrance especially should have a clear, warm light at night. Since the door is where energy enters and exits, good lighting there is believed to attract financial energy and create a welcoming feeling from the first step inside. Ventilation is just as important because it refreshes the energy. It is best to develop the habit of opening the front door in the morning, allowing fresh energy to come in and old energy to move out. If your home has deep interior rooms with few windows, you can install ventilation fans or arrange airflow so energy circulates evenly and does not become trapped. However, avoid strong, direct drafts. When energy rushes straight through too forcefully, it can destabilize the space. A good home is airy, yet still able to gather and hold energy. Energy should enter, pause in the central area, often called the bright hall, and then gently spread to other rooms. That way, the house feels open while still preserving its internal strength. According to the bagua system, each area of the home represents a different aspect of life. When rooms are arranged according to their proper sectors, yang energy often increases noticeably because the flow becomes orderly instead of scattered. In the bagua, the living room corresponds to the qian and zhen sectors. This is the main area where energy is received and also reflects the fortune of the homeowner. The living room should be well lit and carefully kept clean. Light strengthens the incoming energy, and cleanliness ensures that the energy remains pure, helping the home attract good opportunities and timely support. The bedroom corresponds to the Xun and Dui sectors. This is where the body restores energy after a long day. To preserve internal energy for health, the bedroom should be simple and uncluttered, especially free of work papers, since they keep the mind from fully relaxing. Bedding should be washed regularly. During sleep, the body releases moisture, and if it builds up over time, it can create odors and dampness that reduce comfort and cleanliness. The kitchen corresponds to the Kun sector. This area represents stored blessings and health. The kitchen should be cleaned often, especially greasy surfaces. Built-up grease not only creates unpleasant smells, but is also considered a source of negative energy, which over time may affect the health of the household. The cleaner and more organized the kitchen, the easier it is to maintain healthy eating habits and family stability. Finally, the altar space and the safe correspond to the Zhen sector. These areas require quiet and stability. An altar placed in a calm location preserves reverence and peace for the family. A safe positioned in a secure and discreet spot helps protect wealth from the disturbances of daily activity. In Feng Shui, internal energy is also about whether the air in the home is clean, flowing, and free from mixed or negative influences. That is why you can use scent, sound, and certain Feng Shui items to help regulate the energy. When done properly, stale energy decreases, positive energy rises more easily, and even hidden corners feel less stagnant. As for scent, natural essential oils are considered a way to cleanse and refresh the energy of a home. You can choose oils based on your elemental type. People aligned with the fire element often suit warm scents like orange, cinnamon, or tangerine, which enhance warmth and support yang energy. Those aligned with the water element may prefer peppermint or jasmine, as their fresh notes help energy settle and stabilize. Wood types often suit lemongrass or lavender. Lemongrass keeps the space fresh and clean, while lavender supports relaxation and gently nurtures positive energy. Use essential oils moderately. The goal is to brighten and purify the air, not overwhelm it with heavy fragrance. If choosing by room function, a workspace benefits from lemongrass or peppermint because they keep the mind alert. A bedroom is better suited to lavender, which supports deeper sleep and better rest. In Feng Shui, the bedroom preserves internal energy for health, so the scent there should always be light and steady. Sound is another factor. You might consider wind chimes, which are seen as dynamic objects. Their purpose is to activate movement in the energy, preventing it from becoming stagnant and inviting joyful energy in. Wind chimes should be hung where there is airflow and good light, so the sound rings clearly and the energy is properly stimulated. If your front door faces the road directly, hanging the chime slightly to the left of the door can help soften energy that would otherwise rush straight inside. The material of the wind chime should match direction and the 5 elements. Metal chimes suit the west and north. Bamboo or wooden chimes suit the east and south. Ceramic chimes suit the southwest and northeast. In the morning, you can also play natural sounds like flowing water or birdsong to create a bright rhythm for the day. Feng Shui objects can also support internal energy when used correctly. A convex bagua mirror reflects and deflects negative energy and should only be hung outside the house, never facing inward. A Feng Shui gourd is believed to absorb negative or heavy energy and is often placed in areas with excess yin energy or near the bed of someone who is unwell. Elephant statues symbolize stability and career and should face inward to guide auspicious energy into the home. A bowl of salt water is used to absorb negative energy and should be placed in a quiet corner and replaced every 7 days. A crystal sphere is considered an energy-gathering object and works well in the northwest or near a window where it can catch natural light. In short, scent refreshes and cleanses the energy. Sound keeps it moving, and Feng Shui items act as supportive tools when placed properly. With simple and correct arrangements, internal energy often improves clearly without the need for excessive decoration. There is one more important point I want to share with you. All physical adjustments become meaningless if a house lacks human energy. You can change the curtains, replace the lights, rearrange furniture according to the proper sectors, but if the home lacks presence and vitality, those changes are only a beautiful frame without nourishment. Simply put, physical methods lose effectiveness if the house has no human warmth. Human energy is not mysterious. It is movement, daily breathing, and the spirit of the people who live there. When people maintain a steady rhythm, talk and laugh, cook meals, clean, and move through the space, the house naturally builds lasting yang energy. This is the most sustainable source of positive energy because it comes from the residents themselves, not from objects. Here are daily habits that help nurture internal energy. First, keep warmth in the kitchen. The kitchen is not just a place to cook, but a place that creates connection. When meals are prepared regularly, the fire element is activated, reducing accumulated yin energy. A kitchen left unused for long periods often leads to a heavier atmosphere, irregular meals, and fewer shared moments. Cooking consistently supports not only nourishment, but also financial rhythm and family bonds. Second, invite friends over, even for a simple tea gathering. A large house with few voices can easily become overly quiet. When friends visit, conversation and laughter spread human warmth through the space, making it feel lighter and more alive. It does not require a large party. A small tea time and lively conversation are enough to brighten the atmosphere. Third, move around inside the house so energy circulates evenly. Many people treat home only as a place to lie down and rest, but Feng Shui values moderate movement. Walking, cleaning, or doing light exercise helps stir and circulate the energy, preventing stagnation. A simple evening habit is soaking your feet in warm water with salt and ginger. This helps the body relax, eases the tension built up during the day, and calms your state before sleep. When both body and mind settle, your own internal energy aligns more harmoniously with that of the home. Fourth, create a morning ritual to refresh the air. Early morning is the ideal time to renew the atmosphere of the house. Open the windows and doors to let fresh air in and release what accumulated overnight. Then light a scented candle or diffuse cinnamon oil to create warmth and freshness. Done consistently, this keeps the home bright and clean and helps stabilize the mood of everyone inside. Ultimately, residential Feng Shui is the art of preserving internal energy. It is about receiving energy, guiding it, retaining it, and nurturing it through daily living. When light is sufficient, air circulates properly, rooms are arranged correctly, spaces are clean, and daily life has a steady rhythm, internal energy naturally strengthens. And when the house is strong, the people inside have a solid foundation for health, harmony, and long-term stability. Just start with one small step today and practice it consistently, and you will gradually see your home shift in a better direction. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, and I will see you in the next videos.